Hi everybody, I'm Gary Gray, Director of Athletics for the Alaska Nanooks. Get ready for Nanook Insider on AlaskaNanooks.com.
Welcome in to Nanook Insider. I'm your host, Chris Brooks, and joining me, my first guest, is head coach Dallas Ferguson of the Alaska hockey team. Dallas getting ready to get the regular season underway, heading down to Anchorage for the Kendall. Just talk about getting ready for this regular season.
You bet. Yeah, I think it's it's that time of year. Guys want to get playing. We've been practicing, and we've shared that with several people that at this time of year. I mean, it's exciting. I mean, just to get back and competing, and it's always exciting to start the season off with 2 tournaments down at the Kendall. I mean, and then coming back up for the Bryce Alaska Gold Rush. So we look at these as opportunities to get our season off to a good start, and obviously with Air Force and Canisius, we're familiar with Air Force. We've played them in the past. We played them actually down in the Kendall a couple years ago, so kind of know what to expect with them. They're a veteran team this year, and they're going to have a lot of energy, a lot of work ethic. I mean, that's pretty standard for an Air Force program. They work hard, and they've got some talent too that can make some plays. So you're going to definitely have to be prepared to go out and compete and execute. And Canisius, to my knowledge, we've never competed against them, so it'll be a first time for us and playing against their program.
Last weekend, the fans got a chance to see your Nanooks on home ice here at the Carlson Center against Regina, a CAS team out of Saskatchewan. How nice was it to get that exhibition in, and it was the first chance that fans really got to see the team play against someone other than themselves, like the Blue Gold? Yeah,
it's you get 2 weekends in a row where you get one night to come out and see the team, and the Blue Gold game. And I thought from the Blue Gold game with 2 lines, I thought the guys kept a pretty good pace to the game, and certainly wanted to carry that over into Regina. I think that I liked a lot of the things we were doing. I think that some of the areas of that we kind of need to shore up are just some of the game experience stuff. As far as we had a couple too many min penalties that those are going to hurt you if you continue to do those. So it's just getting used to the line changes, and a few offsides that kind of slow things down a little bit. But for the most part, I was pretty happy. I thought the guys moved the puck well. I thought that they attacked well. I think that again, you're always trying to get better, and that was just the first evaluation of our team of where we were at. But again, first game of the year and playing on the big sheet, which we haven't been on at all this year. I thought the guys did a good job of skating and moving the puck well.
You had 5 players with at least 2 points, including a pair of goals from Cody Kunik and a goal and 2 assists from Colton Beck. I mean, even though it's an exhibition, how nice was it to see kind of a balance of scoring from all across your roster in the opening game?
Yeah, I mean, it's in no question. I mean, we've got to find a way to score more goals, and I think we have the group to do that. I think we have the personnel up there. I think we've got a couple defensemen that are going to help on the back end as far as efficiently moving the puck and getting it up to the forwards. But I think if you look at chances, I think a lot of the forwards had some quality chances, and the guys that got on the score sheet, were Kunik and Beck, and a couple of defensemen scored too, so it was nice to get a little bit of contribution from our back end. But yeah, certainly it's nice to spread it around a little bit. I think the focus for us was that when we had the lead after the second period was to not go out and continue to worry about getting 5 more goals, but it was to go out and play solid hockey. And we felt if we did that, we'd continue to get our opportunities, which we did, and scored 1 in the third. But again, I was real happy with after 2 periods. The game I think was at 4-0, and I thought that guys did a good job of staying focused, and we had to kill off a too many men 5-on-3 penalty, which obviously could have went the other way. But again, yeah, it's nice to get scoring from different guys, and we're not gonna rely on 1 or 2 guys to do all the scoring for us. We're gonna need need everybody chipping in, and depending on where you're at, as far as what your line and how you're going to manufacture, I think will depend too. But just getting guys to contribute at whether it's the first line or the fourth line, everybody's got to contribute. And I think a big part of our back end is going to have some guys be able to put some pucks in the net from up top, and especially on the power play, be able to get some shots through and generate some scoring opportunities and goals from there.
Now the fans had a couple exciting moments where we saw a pair of shorthanded goals. Now, I'm sure you don't like to be on that many penalty kills, but it's got to be reassuring to know that a man down on 2 different occasions, you guys score goals. including the first one.
Yeah, I think both of them. I thought Nick's was we got the puck out of the zone and it was just good hustle, and he made his way down the net, kind of caught the goalie in between, and not always an easy situation. They look a lot easier than, he made it look pretty easy when he put it in, but not always an easy situation to put the puck in the net, and he did a nice job finishing there. And then Colton, did a nice job keeping a puck going forward. And if you look at the details on that goal, I mean, he was skating full speed and the puck was rolling, and he put it in a good spot to put it in the back of the net. So certainly nice. I think that you're always looking for your specialty teams to have an impact on the game positively, and if you can, getting goals shorthanded, I certainly think is a huge benefit and a momentum boost for your team. Because you're down, but you go and score a goal. So power play needs to get going. We need to make sure that we we're all on the same page and we're executing. I think that's the one thing we focused in on here early is just fundamentals of the power play. It's not going to X and O it to death. We need to make sure that we get the puck moving and get some pucks and bodies to the net. I mean, you look at the way the goals are scored now, and at every level. I mean, it's manufacturing goals around the net, and you've got to get the puck there, and you've got to have a willingness to go there to score goals. So no different on the power play. So we're gonna continue to work on that, and we need to at some point it needs to make a difference for us, and hopefully it starts this weekend.
And finally, just how excited are you to get this season officially underway come this weekend down in Anchorage?
Yeah, I think our staff, we've seen our guys working extremely hard over the last 4 weeks, and in preparation for to get our season going. So that's kind of these guys have been working extremely hard and putting in a lot of time and a lot of effort. And I think the games are for them to go out and enjoy and have fun. So we from a coaching staff standpoint, we want to be organized. We want to be prepared, Monday through Thursday, and with the game plan, and let the guys go out on Friday and Saturday and execute the game plan. And I just they're excited to play games. I mean, these guys come from junior hockey where they're playing 60 to 75 games a year, and college hockey, you get going. Once you get going, you're going. But it takes a little while to get going. So Blue Gold game one weekend, then at the Canadian school, and I think the guys will be looking forward to playing 2 games back-to-back nights, and I think that's something we'll have to be prepared with. I mean, we've dealt with some injuries right now and some guys out of the lineup, so our numbers are a little bit down, so it kind of affects our practices and how we're going to train and prepare for the weekend. But there's no question the guys will be ready to go this weekend.
Well, we'd like to thank head coach Dallas Ferguson for sitting down with us here at the hockey office here on campus. Coming up in the next segment, we'll have head coach Scott Jerome and associate head coach Matt Dunlap from cross country and Nordic skiing. Also later, head coach Phil Shoemaker and one of his players, Megan Morrison, who had quite a weekend for the Nanook volleyball team. Coming up next on Nanook Insider.
Hi, my name is Stefan Tietze from Alaska Men's Basketball. You're watching Nanook Insider on AlaskaNanooks.com.
We'd like to welcome our guest at this time, associate head coach of men's and women's cross country, Matt Dunlap, and head coach of both cross country and Nordic skiing, Scott Jerome. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Matt, your team went down to Bellingham, Washington last weekend, competed in the Western Invite. Talk about just the team's overall performance.
Yeah, we went down to Bellingham and had a really good race with a lot of good competition. The men raced exceptionally well as a group. Place in the middle, I think we were 10th out of 16 teams, and that was a really strong showing for our men, which was nice to see. Our second road trip of the year go really well for them. We kind of trained through last weekend and still saw some really good things. On the women's side, we traveled with some new women and got them some experience for the first time, which was really good to see and good to have, which will help them in the running and ski season and in the years to come. And saw some really good things on the women's side with some girls running their fastest 6Ks in their lives. So that was cool to see those times come down.
You'll obviously take a few people to GNAX that haven't run quite yet this regular season on the road. But for the ones that are traveling again in a couple weeks to GNAX, they were able to run a 10K. I mean, how important was that to get a 10K race in prior to conference and NCAA?
It was great to get that experience in for the men. GNAX is, though, an 8K, but it'll be very beneficial to get that 10K in because regionals in a couple weeks after GNAX is another 10K.
What are you looking to do in the next couple weeks with this team to kind of prepare them for the conference and the NCAA?
We're going to taper a little bit for both those races, so mileage will come down a little bit and just try to prepare everybody to run faster as fast as they can at the end of the season, which has been our goal all the way through. As opposed to the last few meets that we trained through, we're going to really prepare to run fast at these and really try to taper well.
Well, Coach Jerome, how do you think Matt's been doing with this team on the road? You kind of give him the reins, so to speak, when it comes to going on the road with them.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job. I mean, we've had good results, obviously, on the road, and you know, I picked the team up at the airport last couple road trips. They're all smiles, having a good time, and you know, so when you see that combination, when you see your athletes perform well, and you see them come back saying, "Wow, that was a great experience. You know, we had a great time as a team. We had fun." I mean, you know, it doesn't get much better than that. And so he's doing a great job.
Talk about the state of both your programs. You have people who are running and skiing, and you have those that are just concentrating on skiing, those just concentrating on running. So just talk about just both programs as a whole.
Well, it's going well. I mean, it would only go this well if we had 3 coaches, which we do right now. So, you know, that is going to be an important component in the future, is making sure we're well staffed to be able to handle the number of student athletes. But we've had a commitment from the university as far as increasing scholarships for our programs. We've had, you know, so what we're trying to do is have, you know, essentially 4 teams that can stand alone. And, you know, it's a long process. It takes time. You know, recruiting to Fairbanks for running is challenging, but we've made good inroads, and we've got quite a good list of recruits for the upcoming season. And so it's, you know, it's an ongoing process, but we're making good progress as far as, you know, having a cross-country team that can stand alone and is not dependent on the ski team to fill out the size and the roster. But, you know, we are what we are, and we have, it's not that we don't want people running cross or on the ski team, but sometimes it conflicts with some of the training that we're doing. And sports have gotten so specialized in the last few years, you know, last decade or 2 decades, that, you know, really people really need to specialize and focus. And so, you know, we're gaining ground on having the team stand alone.
And finally, just a few weeks ago, you were able to step away as the interim athletic director here for the university. Just talk about that experience, going from the head coaching position to being the head of the department.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I mean, basically I was just really pleased to be able to come in and help out the department. That was the #1 thing. I mean, I've been here going on 9 years, and I love the department, so I wanted to make sure that I could do everything I could do to make sure that, you know, while Forrest was, you know, moved on, and while we were waiting for the new AD, that we had some continuity in the department. So I think I was able to offer that. It gave me new insights as far as, you know, what coaches ask for, and you know, all of coaches are, we're all competitive. We all want to do well for our programs. We all want to push for our programs, and I do that as much as anybody. But I saw the other side, and you know, we can't get there overnight. You know, it takes time to build up some of these programs. It takes time to get the funding that we think we need for our programs, for scheduling and recruiting and for scholarships. So it was good for me to see that other side. It was a great experience, and we have a great staff, and so when you have a great staff, it makes it very easy for, you know, for somebody to step in and take on those responsibilities. But I was happy to do it. I'm glad Dr. Gray is here. He's doing a great job, and glad to be back to coaching for sure.
Well, I'd like to thank once again Matt Dunlap and Scott Jerome for joining us here on Nanook Insider. Next up on the show, head coach Phil Shoemaker from Alaska Volleyball.
Hi, I'm Kelly Logue from the Alaska women's basketball team, and you're watching Nanook Insider on AlaskaNanooks.com.
Welcome back to Nanook Insider. It's my pleasure to welcome head coach Phil Shoemaker in from Alaska women's volleyball. Phil, Saturday was pretty fun for everybody, fans, team, the coaching staff, as you got that first conference win. How nice was it to finally get that one done?
Yeah, I hate the word finally, but you're right. You know, we like winning. Everybody likes winning, and you know, I think even more, we were pleased to see the level of performance. You know, I really felt like it was great to see the girls get reward for all their hard work, and you know, they had to come up with some big plays at big times, and you know, I felt like we grew quite a bit as a team, and it's nice to see some recognition for that.
Your middle blockers had quite a week, including Megan Morrison, who had 20 kills, was named Offensive Player of the Week by the GNAC, and Britt Glazer as well. She had a pretty solid week, hit the ball very well, and both of them quite a bit of blocks. So just talk about their performance in the middle.
Well, they were strong. They were strong offensively as well as defensively. We've been working hard on making a better setter-hitter connection with those athletes, and we've also been working very hard on our blocking. Getting in better position, better timing, obviously better technique, those kinds of things. And so, once again, it's good to see progress. They worked really hard, and we'll count on more.
Heading out on the road this week, heading to Billings and Seattle. What do you know about MSUB and SPU?
Both are capable. Both are beatable. MSUB, I would say, is maybe a little bit of a surprise in the sense that they're one of those teams that has worked their way into the middle of the GNAC, and I think that's quite an accomplishment. They're maybe not the most talented team you'll ever see, but they're finding a way to win. That's always a good thing. And Seattle Pacific, they're a perennial, top 3 or 4 team in our league, and I think they've been going through some growth pains and things like that, but they certainly had a great weekend last week as well, and so I think both of those teams are, they're performing well, and I think they're both within our reach.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for spending some time with us here on Nanook Insider. You can catch the Alaska Nanooks women's volleyball team on AlaskaNanooks.com, live stats and live video for this Thursday and Saturday's game. Coming up next, our final segment, our Spotlight Student Athlete, with freshman middle blocker Megan Morrison from Alaska Volleyball.
Hi, I'm Taylor Altenberg from Alaska women's basketball team, and you're watching Nanook Insider on AlaskaNanooks.com.
Welcome back to Nanook Insider. It's my pleasure to welcome our special guest at this time, our Spotlight Student Athlete of the Week, Megan Morrison from the Alaska women's volleyball team. Megan, congrats on being named the Red Lion Offensive Player of the Week by the GNAC. That must have been pretty exciting for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it was very exciting. Kind of a surprise to me. So I got woken up in the middle of a nap, and Caitlin Mattia jumping on top of me. More excited, I think, than I was because I was still asleep. Kind of very, very surprising for me. So.
You had 15 kills, including 7 blocks in Saturday's win over Simon Fraser. Was it kind of nice to not only get the monkey off your back, but to really know that you had a lot to do with that win on Saturday?
Yeah, it was really nice to step up and finally prove that I can do it. Coach always says October is when freshmen shine, so took it to heart, and October it was.
Really, aside from yourself, it was really the whole middle blocking crew. You and Britt Glazer really had a nice week. I mean, what did you guys do differently to really be a whole lot more of a factor this week against Western Washington and Simon Fraser?
Coach said he wanted the middles up more all the time. Get available, get open, get up. So Britt and I took it to heart, especially with the help of Morgan, and all we did all week at practice was purposely get up, use our middles, utilize them, and it was definitely a great game plan.
So how do you take the win from Saturday and kind of move that forward as you head out to Billings, Montana this Thursday and Seattle on Saturday for a couple more road matches?
Well, we proved we can do it, so I know it's nice to finally have a win under our belt in the GNAC, and so we can only move forward from here. We can definitely take Montana and SPU, so we're going to come home with 2 wins next week.
Well, that's our show. We'd like to thank everyone for joining us here on today's show. Don't forget, AlaskaNanooks.com is your home for Nanook Insider. But come on out to the Patty Center this Saturday at noon for women's swimming, blue-gold pentathlon, your first chance to see the women's swimmers. They're going to be an exciting team to watch. Next week, we'll also have coaches on again for week 2 of Nanook Insider. Thanks, and go Nanooks.